Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami, where the San Francisco 49ers are leading 14-0. But the San Diego Chargers are knocking on the door. And Marv, they've had trouble getting in from close in this season, haven't they?
Well, they have had some trouble down there. The 49ers have been the best team in the league getting in when they're in close. But it's very important here if they're going to have any chance to turn the momentum back in their direction. They do get in now.
All right, let's see if they can. Here's the action.
An unprecedented stunt and entertainment spectacular featuring Disney's Indiana Jones Adventure on the Doritos Super Bowl halftime show. Joe Robbie Stadium, Miami. The 49ers jumping out to a quick 14-0 lead, but the Chargers doing anything but rolling over and dying. Have moved down the field, first and goal at the 1. Means the tailback. They give it to Natron Means, and he's in for the touchdown behind Steve Hendrickson.
Boy, we talk about athletic ability. You saw it there. We're talking about Means, how powerful he is. He also is, he's so agile. For the man his size, this time he just hurdled over the top into the end zone. A championship quality drive by the San Diego Chargers. Doing what they want to do, Dan, taking time off the clock. Yeah, beautiful getting right back into it. Beautiful mix of plays, the run, the passes, left, right. Nice play calling by Ralph Friedgen. Good execution by his offensive team.
John Carney, who led the league in scoring, tacks on the extra point. 13 plays, 78 yards, engineered by Ralph Friedgen, the offensive coordinator. And all of a sudden, 2:44 to go in the quarter, San Diego halves the lead.
Citroën have discovered a gap in the market. An estate car that's almost as compact as the acclaimed ZX hatchback, but with an enormous load area of up to 55 cubic feet. Perfect for when you're expecting the patter of tiny feet. The Citroën ZX Estate, from £10,355. Discover what Citroën can do for you.
So the San Diego Chargers right back in it with that touchdown. With me, Randy Cross, three-time Super Bowl winner. Randy, you talked about not being too impressed with the new Niner defense before the game, and they really couldn't stop Natron Means there, could they?
The reason I'm not that impressed, to be honest with you, is because of their lack of size and their non-physical nature. Even those linebackers we talked about earlier are not real big linebackers, and they talked about the offensive lineman. Isaac Davis, 325 pounds. The tackles are 310 pounds. I mean, heck, their quarterback, Stan Humphries, 2 1/4.
All right, and there's a look at the man. Now Dexter Carter back to receive for the Niners, back to the commentary team.
And that's been a problem. That's been a problem. The 2 times they've had it, it's been a problem for San Diego.
Carney kicks off. Dexter Carter fields the ball at the 12-yard line and brings it back out to the 31. It's a 19-yard run back. Eric Castle makes the tackle. And a little pushy-shovey.
Well, if this pushy-shovey keeps going, there's going to be a flag. It's reached the limits of how far it can go without a flag. And the 49ers don't want to hurt Stanley Richard. Eric Bieniemy, keep him in the game. I think Eric Bieniemy is still a little bit upset over what happened to him in warm-ups.
Meanwhile, Natron Means, the youngest player now to run for a touchdown in Super Bowl history. He's not quite 23 years old.
And you would never guess whose record he beat.
9 years ago. We'll take a look.
Running backs. You think about it.
We'll take a look at it in a minute.
And if you know it, you are a serious football junkie.
It is first down, and Jerry Rice goes in motion from the 30-yard line. Fake to Waters, over there by Junior Seau. It's a 19-yard gain. The answer, until now, the youngest man to rush for a touchdown. 9 years ago, Chicago against New England. You bet.
We told you.
Fridge in the backfield. Walter Payton didn't score that day. They got 46 points, but the Fridge did.
That was in his youth. What agility, what size, what quickness.
First down at the 49-yard line. They're going to run a reverse as Waters hands it to Jerry Rice. Rice into San Diego territory. Bumped out at the 41-yard line. Tackle made by Gordon. Took a tough hit at the end.
Well, he's taken a lot of tough hits over the years. Jerry Rice, one of the remarkable things about him, not the records that he has set, he has never missed a game because of an injury. He's taken many hits like that. One of the best conditioned athletes, hardest working athletes I have ever met.
But that was a good
inspiration to his own teammates.
I agree with you in all respects, Frank, but he didn't like this one bit. He took a good shot there from Darian Gordon, and he's going to sit this one out.
10-yard pickup. First and 10 at the 41. Young is perfect thus far. He's 5 of 5, and now he is 5 of 6 intended for Brent Jones. It's been a pretty quiet week, all things considered. Very few fireworks between these two teams. I guess the biggest story is kind of a non-story. Jerry Rice musing about retirement. But that's not going to happen.
No, Jerry Rice was a little ill over the past 24 hours.
Yeah, Jerry made a valid point. He said, hey, I've been in the league 10 years. I have the right to think about quitting. One thing about Jerry Rice, he does want to own every passing record in the NFL history books, and he still has a little work left to do.
He's back in on second. And Taylor makes a fabulous catch.
That's the problem. You talk about Jerry Rice on one side, and the other side is John Taylor. One of the reasons Jerry Rice, he's a great receiver, of course.
We're talking about this one, by the way, guys.
It was ruled initially a catch, and now another official may have had a better vantage point.
Well, they're still letting it stand.
I think it was a perfect catch. I mean, he went down to pull the ball up. Look at that.
Great.
Covered it with the arm.
Yes.
Oh, God,
but
that's beautiful.
if you double cover Jerry Rice, you're going to get single coverage on John Taylor.
Beautiful.
And he can kill you.
Upon further review, a first down. With 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Ricky Waters, nothing in the middle, so he goes to the outside, but Gibson gets an arm on him, and then he lost the ball, but out of bounds as Harper comes up to help out.
Ricky lost the ball, nearly lost his helmet. Excellent support on the corner by the San Diego Chargers. They can play the run, and that time they got a lot of white jerseys up there. Dennis Gibson, the hero of the game in Pittsburgh. But that was just a good collective effort by the Chargers. You string a running back out. You don't let him get his shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage. Excellent team defense by San Diego.
And we talked about Jerry Rice and John Taylor, and we have not yet heard from Brent Jones. We will soon.
They attempted that one pass to him. That was incomplete. Second and 11. Young scrambling. Taken off. Inside the 20. Banged down at the 15 by Junior Seau. And Brent Jones may not be catching passes, but he threw a block right there.
Did he throw a beautiful block?
Well, directed by the maestro. Steve's pointing the guys out. Take him down, and he did.
15-yard pickup. Young has now carried twice for 36 yards and watches the first quarter expire. End of one in Miami. San Francisco 14, San Diego 7, and back we come to the Super Bowl. After this message and a word from our ABC station.
There is a tire that combines grip and long life with a new outstanding feature. Up to a 5% saving on fuel in comparison with our standard tires. Michelin Energy, driving down the cost of motoring.
remember this? You do? Forget this. Toyota RAV4.
About it before the game, Marv, but really, they don't seem to be able to solve the problem. Steve Young
No, once again on a key down, Steve Young just scrambled down into very close to scoring territory. I thought San Diego had done a great job of coming back towards the end of the first quarter. It's now only 14-7. They've stopped them, and I was going to say it's very important they stop the 49ers on their next drive, which the 49ers are currently on and moving very well.
All right, so the 49ers' third possession. Let's see if they get their third score.
Ricky Waters splits to the left. And Jerry Rice comes in motion. Floyd stays in the block. Young throws to Rice, and he's tackled by Darian Gordon after a minimal gain. Pickup of 3. Our exclusive coverage of the Super Bowl is being brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers. For all you do, this Bud's for you. And Lee Apparel with new styles and colors. You like the way you look in Lee, the brand that fits.
Bill Arnsparger took a chance there, came up the middle with the double blitz. It was handled by San Francisco. And Gordon, Frank, with a good tackle.
And this is the territory where you've got to cover number 84, Brent Jones. This is where he likes to work, the big tight end.
2nd and 7. The line. Reuben Davis from the Phoenix Cardinals.
It wasn't exactly an explosive
5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Wasn't exactly an explosive move by Reuben off the ball, but I guess once you get 320 pounds going, like a ship, it just has its own momentum, and it's tough to stop.
Yep. Reuben coming over from Arizona. Most yards gained in a quarter. Washington against Denver and San Diego in January of '88, 356. They scored 5 touchdowns that day. San Francisco in the first quarter here today, 193, third most, as Floyd takes it down to the 5-yard line, fighting his way forward. He is stopped there by Dennis Gibson.
And he's real close to a first down.
Gibson making that stop. Dennis Gibson, as much as anybody else, the reason that the San Diego Chargers and not the Pittsburgh Steelers are here today.
And again, he's one of Bobby Beathard's 4 unprotected free agents that came over. Reuben Davis, we talked about him a moment ago. David Griggs was also there, part of that unprotected free agent crop, as was Dwayne Harper, the cornerback, and they all start. There's Bobby Beathard on the right.
Gibson knocking down that pass from O'Donnell intended for Foster that sent San Diego here. 3rd and inches, and Young tries to turn his shoulders and angle his way to the first down. Very close.
Steve Young, one of the best quarterback sneaking QBs in the league because of his sense of being able to feel the softness in there and get a first down. There just wasn't much softness there. The penetration belonged that time to the guys in the white shirts, the defensive line of the Chargers. He didn't have to go very far, though. We're talking about just a couple of inches. And they're going to bring in the sticks and take a close look at this one. He looks left, then tries to come back to the right. He goes low. And in that situation, it is awful hard to not pick up more than a couple inches. You can see they got the nose of the ball onto the 5.
You can't hesitate either. I mean, he took a look to the left, as you pointed out, tried to take it to the right. That changes things dramatically.
It's just your offensive line has to get beaten so badly to not pick up a couple of inches on a quarterback's sneak. Somehow the center has to get really blown back off the ball, and it doesn't happen all that often.
First down, 13:15 remaining in the first half. 14-7, 49ers. First and goal from the 5. Young to Floyd. Touchdown.
Bar none.
That's what they call him. He says, I'm the best fullback in the league, bar none.
Why is it that the 49ers get 3 rookie starters on their football team, and all 3 of them look like experienced veterans. William Floyd, Lee Woodall, and Bryant Young. That's
Floyd is
extraordinary.
from Florida State. You got Woodall from Westchester State. How do you talk about him? But Bryant Young is from Notre Dame.
David Griggs, the linebacker from San Diego, is the guy that had the coverage. He's number 92 there on the left side of your screen. He's going to come in, but he's just late to get to William Floyd, and then the tackle's not made, and hey, guess what? 3 possessions, 3 49er touchdowns.
3 extra points for Brian. William Floyd trying to go from a national championship at Florida State last year to a world title with the 49ers, and his club is up 21-7.
Nicole.
Papa?
Maman.
The new generation Renault Clio. It's perfect for visiting dignitaries.
LAN Poly, where an identical holiday can cost you less.
From just £6,969, may we also recommend the Clio Le Routier.
Welcome back. We're live at Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami for the All-California Super Bowl, Super Bowl 29, between the San Francisco 49ers and the San Diego Chargers. The 49ers leading 21-7 at the moment. They've had the ball 3 times. They've scored 3 times. Deion Sanders hasn't had a great deal to do so far. If things go on like this, we might see him returning kicks or on offense in the second half when the 49ers are killing time. In fact, in one game this year, in 3 games rather, their punter Klaus Wilmsmeyer hasn't been on the field at all. He might be sitting on the sideline, joining in with the 75,000 spectators in this ground if things continue the way they are. The Chargers, though, have had a touchdown. Natron Means has got in. And here's the kickoff. They've got a chance to get back into it.
Al, the 49ers decided to come into this game and script the first 15 plays. As you mentioned, they scored 3 touchdowns in those 17 plays. A lot of Ricky Watters at wideout, but for Mike Shanahan, quite a script.
Quite an offensive coordinator as well, and a big story, and we'll detail that with Mike Shanahan before this night is done.
They've been doing that under this man for many years, and Bill Walsh before that. Mike Shanahan went to a clinic, was either in college, and that's where he picked up the routine.
Mike Shanahan, a much sought-after coach, and Humphreys gets sacked because Dana Stubblefield came bursting through, and Jerry Rice is going back to the locker room.
They were looking at his left shoulder on the sidelines while we were away, and you remember he took the shot from Darian Gordon on that reverse a short while ago, went back to play, but now I think they want to take a better look at it.
That was a line stunt by Dana Stubblefield that time, and it just wasn't handled very well by the Chargers offensive line. Stan Humphreys had no chance whatsoever. And as soon as we hear anything on Jerry Rice, we'll let you know.
8-yard sack, 2nd and 18 from the 11. And they keep it on the ground, and Natron Means probes the middle, but nothing is there for him. So 3rd and very long. And let's go back to take a look at the hit that sends Jerry Rice back to the locker room.
Remember, it was on the near sideline, and it was number 21, Darian Gordon, the cornerback for the Chargers. Here comes a hit. Jerry lowers his shoulder, but he takes the shot. He does block some of it with his left arm. And keep in mind that this is a guy that's never missed a game due to injury. We asked Jerry Rice, can he ever remember even being hurt? He said, yeah, I remember one time I had a thigh bruise back in college.
3rd and 17, and Humphreys protected well, guns it, and is fortunate it wasn't picked off by Tyrone Drakeford.
That's good coverage in the secondary, and you're right, Al, that one could have been picked off so easily, and Stan Humphreys just trying to get rid of it, threw it out of bounds, and almost lost it.
Well, 3 and out is definitely not good news for your defensive team. It puts them right back on the field. And this is a defensive football team now for San Diego that has to be completely shell-shocked.
And 3 and out deep in your own territory. Yeah. Wagner sends you down to the 43-yard line. And it's Dexter Carter coming to the outside and taken down. Good coverage on the play as the tackle is made by Shannon Mitchell.
Maybe San Diego defensively can get some spirit and some good feelings by Jerry Rice not being out there with the 49ers.
My photography is about life, even when I photograph death. I do all of this because it's about believing my pictures are the truth. If you're documenting life, a moment only happens once. Everything's a one-shot deal. You get it or you don't. What makes me laugh is, getting through the tiniest keyhole and getting it all when they say it's impossible. The photographs are only as good as the position you get in. I can't get a photograph if I'm not in position. This card gets me into that position.
Do you masticate, Mr. Lightbody?
Do I what?
Choo, 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 that is the Wellville Health Resort. A place for healing.
Bend over a little bit, please.
For cleansing.
I like to look at the new ladies.
And most of all, sex. The road to Wellville.
What do you think of your first Super Bowl?
Brilliant. Unbelievable. An experience. Fairly awesome.
Is there a favorite in this crowd?
Is there a favorite? Favorite for us, yeah, 49ers. We're all 49ers. 49ers. Way to go. All the way. Number one.
Any predictions of a final score?
Big. Real big. Real big. So long as it's more than 12 points, because that's my bet at work, so.
These guys, the right side of the penalty.
Well, 75,000 people here, and we found the English fans. 49er fans and happy ones. Back to the action now.
Everybody knew it coming into the game that there was no way they can play their passive defense. Young goes deep on him right away.
Again, and it's a little overthrown. Coverage was decent. John Taylor was the intended receiver, and Steve frustrated with himself.
The one thing with the 49ers offensively, I think defensively you sit back and you're in awe of them. And granted, they do take away you being able to do some things because they have talent all over the field, both wide receivers, the tight end, the running back. But the worst thing you can do is be passive. You can't wait for the game to happen in front of you and then hope that you make that first tackle. You got to take chances. Without taking chances, the Chargers are dead.
And you cannot miss that first tackle.
No, but they must gamble.
It is 2nd down and 10, and it's critical to stop the 49ers here. They get to stop him as McCaffrey, who's playing now because Rice is being worked on, and it is a shoulder strain. It's being iced right now in the locker room. That's why Jerry's back there. McCaffrey is in. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
McCaffrey with 11 receptions on the season came as a free agent after the Giants let him go. He was a 3rd-round pick of the Giants in '91. He's big. He's from Stanford. He's 6'5" and weighs about 215. We'll see a lot of him and probably Nate Singleton, number 88.
And here comes a monster play for San Diego's defense.
3rd down and 5 at the 49. A look into the eyes of Junior Seau. Stays back in pass protection. It's deflected and incomplete. McCaffrey couldn't hold on. Almost picked off. David Griggs
could have been caught by the 6'5 McCafferty, but it had an awful lot on it. Very uncharacteristic of Steve Young. He just smoked that in there, and McCafferty would have been close to the first down, but he just zipped that in there. Very difficult for McCafferty to hold on.
And we will see the first punt of the day for the 49ers. Here it is again.
There's McCaffery.
Yep. The ball.
He was there.
It was high and behind him. It was not a very good throw by Steve Young.
Klaus Wilmsmeyer has one of the cushiest jobs in America. The punter for the 49ers.
He scored more touchdowns than he's punted, right?
Yeah. It's fielded at the 18-yard line by Darian Gordon. The coverage is great. The kick pinned him against the sideline. The crowd wants a flag for a late hit. Kevin Mitchell was there for the coverage. No mark. 10:30 remaining in the opening half in Miami. A 14-point 49er lead.
Have you seen my razor?
I think it's on the cabinet.
Okay. Whose is that?
Nothing to do with me.
What do you think you're playing at?
It's not mine. Don't look at
I
me.
thought we told you to be careful.
John, I think we're the ones who should have been careful.
There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance.
If your family suddenly grows, so too will your responsibilities. That's why Allied Dunbar financial plans adapt, so you can face the unexpected.
Let's face the music and dance.
Allied Dunbar, for the life you don't yet know.
Welcome back to Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami. I'm here with Buffalo head coach Marv Levy and former 49er Randy Cross. And Marv, you were talking just before that drive about San Diego really needing a turnover, and they almost got one.
They almost got one. It could have been a huge play, because if they take a turnover, take it in the score, it's 21-14, despite the fact that it looks like they're really reeling. So if they can score now, they're very much in the game.
Okay, they're back in possession, down by 14. Let's rejoin the commentary team.
Well, the Chargers did what they had to do defensively. Now let's see what they can do offensively. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. They were able to stop San Francisco, and now they begin this drive with Natron Means, who's dragged down from behind. Ricky Jackson, a longtime Saint, came for a small salary, got a huge bonus when they made it to the Super Bowl, and playing in the big show for the first time. Flag down.
You wouldn't think that a guy like Ricky Jackson, after 14 years in the league, still has that kind of foot speed, especially for a pretty good-sized guy, but he chases this thing down all the way.
Came from the short side, a guard and a tackle on that side. He's been around enough to read that, the H-back leading the play.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 73, offense. After the play was over, 15-yard penalty, and the down counts. It'll be half the distance to the goal.
Ooh, and that does hurt.
That is a costly penalty on Isaac Davis.
But
Here's Ricky
Davis
Jackson.
Just outside the tackle. When the tackle comes down, he just pursues behind it.
Isaac Davis came around and made a good block on the play, and then afterwards gets involved in something that gets a flag tossed. And the biggie there is you not only have the yardage, but the good play by Jackson stands. That's Carl Mock, the offensive line coach of the San Diego Chargers. So you not only have a loss of yardage, but actually a loss of down as well.
2nd and 19 now. Humphreys going deep. The coverage is good, though. It looked as if somebody threw something, but it wasn't a flag.
Threw his hat to mark right where he might have caught the ball.
Well, your call was Humphreys going deep. Humphreys was going deep into the end zone, flat on his back, courtesy of Dana Stubblefield. Stan under tremendous pressure trying to find somebody open.
And even under that kind of pressure, he was very careful. He was not going to turn it over. He threw that ball where only his man could take it. This is what you spoke of a moment ago. And he laid it up high, and Stubblefield unloaded on him.
Well, he beats the rookie, Isaac Davis, to the inside. Not a good series here for young Mr. Davis.
Not so far. Third down and 19. Humphries throwing out of the end zone, and it's incomplete. The Niner secondary doing a terrific job. Pafuna was the intended receiver, and it's fourth down again.
Ooh, risky business for Stan Humphries. Close to a two-pointer, had a lot of presence, knew where he was not going to throw the interception. Threw it in the direction of the receiver and avoided the two.
Boy, credit to 49ers. Stan Humphrey must have held that football for 7 seconds at least and still couldn't find anybody to throw it to. What a job of coverage by the 49ers.
Brian, and that one